Hey, my name is Brian and I took Accutane every single day for over 70 weeks, and this is exactly what I thought about it. So the average Accutane treatment is usually somewhere around 20 to 40 weeks at the longest. Not only was mine longer, but I also took the world record highest daily dose at 240 milligrams a day versus the average 20 to 40 milligrams a day. And if you're thinking, holy crap, how did this guy survive? My body fought back big time, but I'll get into that. But just for reference, I had extremely severe acne. Very large nodular cysts were my biggest problem, but I would also have tons of blackheads, literally covering my entire face, and then tons of whiteheads as well. So my doctor started me pretty low actually at 40 milligrams a day, and then we sort of worked up as we went. By about week 6 was when my initial breakout started, and if you've never heard of an initial breakout before, basically, if you thought your life was hard because you had acne, prepare for hell, because it's gonna get 2 or 3 times worse as this drug kicks in. So my acne got way worse. And by about week 30 to 35, something like that, was when my initial breakout finally slowed down, but it still hadn't cleared up. I mean, like, it wasn't as gnarly, right? But I still had smaller cysts, whiteheads, blackheads, everywhere.
And now a public service announcement from the Not Giving a F About Acne Association. Don't you dare let others push you down.
What's on your face, dude? What is that? That's the biggest zit I've ever seen. How do you even go in public, dude? What are you taking, steroids? Taking fucking protein and stuff? Man, you... Oh, you're gonna put your headphones on? You're gonna put your headphones on? That's cool. Real cool. You're ugly, though. I don't like your zits, bro.
So at week 39, I'm on 120 milligrams a day and my skin has sort of stalled out with progress, right? It's way better than during the initial breakout phase, but my progress has stalled and my doctor keeps wanting to ramp me up. So another 20 milligrams, another 20 milligrams, another 20 milligrams. I end up getting to 240 milligrams a day at my highest dose, literally the world record. And around this time, my doctor starts being frustrated that I'm not clearing up. So he talks to me about how some of his clients who are into fitness and bodybuilding, they've taken out dairy and whey protein powders and protein bars, things like that, right? So I say, okay, I'll give this a try. As soon as I do it, it works. I remove all of my dairy out of my diet, 100%, and my skin finally looks like it's on its way to clearing all the rest of the way up. Cue the angelic choir. So in what order did my acne actually clear up, right? Well, first it took care of those smaller whiteheads, those normal pimples. Then it finally got rid of all of those blackheads that were covering literally every square inch of my face. And then it went into the colors, I had some like dark purple spots, hyperpigmentation spots. And then finally it took aim at my remaining cysts. I went from having, I would say like 4 or 5 cysts at all times down to having 1, and it was every week or 2. I think it was about 15 weeks at my highest dose of 240 milligrams, and then we finally started coming down towards the end of my treatment, and we ended somewhere around 60 milligrams a day. So I am not a dermatologist, but I would say at this point, I'm probably one of the most experienced Accutane users ever. So let's talk about a few things. First, let's talk about the crazy side effects I got. Do I still have lasting problems to this day? Second, did I end up with scarring and discoloration? And then what did I do for those things? And finally, given what I know now, would I recommend that you do it? So all in all, I was taking over 5 years worth of Accutane basically in 1 year. Let me tell you about some of these side effects, right? Because they're crazy. First off, immediately after starting, my skin and my lips, they got really dry, but that's like everybody, right? But as I ramped up the dosage, my skin gets so dry and thin that it literally starts hurting all the time. Like, when you scratch yourself a little too long and then your skin starts to sting because it got a little raw? It was like that, but just all the time, and I wasn't itching myself. And then my lips are on another level. I remember this one time I was struggling because they were so dry that when I would smile, like I'd laugh, they would start to crack on the corners and then they would crack in the middle. And I feel like cracking is not the right word, almost ripping, right? I feel like that's probably a better word, but they would literally bleed. So it would hurt all the time. I don't know if you've ever seen someone try to laugh without moving their lips. Yeah, that was basically me. And as I ramped up in dosage, I also slowly became a literal walking vampire. I mean, as soon as sun hit my skin, it would literally feel like it was burning. And I got a sunburn a few times. It hurt, like more than I've ever experienced a sunburn hurting. There was actually this crazy thing that happened. This girl fell asleep on the beach while on Accutane, and she got 2nd-degree burns over her entire body, and it entirely blistered. Like, luckily mine wasn't that bad, but it definitely sucked. Also, I'm a big gym nerd, so the side effects there definitely sucked as well. My knees started to get creaky, my shoulders started to ache, my upper back was continuously hurting, I started to like lose strength, all that stuff, it definitely sucked. And you'll probably experience it too. Now, if you look up Accutane horror stories on the internet, you will see some pretty gnarly lifelong effects. They're super rare, they don't happen to very many people, but they have happened. You know, one person had to have part of their colon removed. Another person experienced lifelong erectile dysfunction. A lot of people experience hair thinning or literally complete hair loss. So people are always asking, what effects am I still feeling 8 years later? Fortunately for me, I don't have any of those things. As you can see, I still have pretty long, thick, curly hair. My blood tests are pretty great. I don't have any ED problems, thankfully. The only thing I really have that is pretty annoying is I have a bit of back stiffness and I have pain here and there, but other than that, just a bit of dry skin and I'm pretty good. Now, as far as discoloration goes, I dealt with post-inflammatory erythema, which is just basically redness left over after your acne is done. And as far as scarring goes, I definitely ended up with some box scar and some rolling scars, but I was fortunate not to have deeper ones like ice pick scars, for example. I got rid of the redness completely after I would say about 6 months, and the scarring I've improved by something like 70 to 75% by now. I've made quite a few videos about this. I will link that in the corner so you can watch that if you want to see what I've done for my scarring and my redness. All right, so knowing what I know now, would I suggest that you take Accutane? No. Yes. Maybe. Look, Accutane is a serious drug, right? It comes with serious side effects. For some people, those side effects can be lifelong. I really think it should be considered your very last resort. So if you have not tried everything else possible, I say keep doing that first. I actually created an acne program to help people do exactly that. It's super simple to follow. It's $10 for 10 steps. It helps you to pinpoint exactly what's causing your acne so you can get that feeling of control over your skin and your breakouts. We've had some really amazing success stories, so check out that and check out those stories on theacnemethod.com. And also, if you're looking for my favorite skincare brand of all time that's really helped with my acne scarring I got from my acne, check out Banish. Everything they make is completely natural, cruelty-free, and small batch made each week, so you know the ingredients that are in there are still active. Use Brian5, get $5 off your order. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.